Welcome to CareerSource Suncoast's Introduction to Florida's Reemployment Assistance Process. This is Part 1, Basic Facts and How to Qualify. There are no unemployment offices in the state of Florida that are open to the public. Unemployment can only be contacted directly by phone or email. We'll provide that info, but hopefully after viewing our presentations, you'll never need it. There are 100 CareerSource centers across the state. We assist with jobs and training. We do not control unemployment. This is the first in a series of presentations that CareerSource Suncoast has created to share everything we know that can assist you in filing for unemployment in Florida. The state of Florida now refers to unemployment as Reemployment Assistance. Reemployment Assistance is a temporary partial wage replacement benefit for qualified workers who are unemployed through no fault of their own. It is funded solely by employers who pay federal and state payroll taxes. Reemployment assistance is not an automatic entitlement based on need, intended to fully replace previous income, or funded by any deductions from wages you have earned. You also must be ready to re-enter the workforce. Now let's go by the numbers. As of January 1st, 2016, new claimants can receive reemployment assistance for no more than 12 weeks. This is based on the seasonally adjusted average total unemployment rate in Florida. The maximum amount of weekly reemployment assistance is $275 per week. After 12 weeks, the state and federal governments no longer provide any additional benefits or extensions. Remember, this is a temporary, partial wage replacement, not intended to replace your previous income. Will you qualify? You'll not know for certain if you qualify or for how much until after applying online. Florida's Reemployment Assistance Program will not tell you prior to applying, regardless of the situation. A potential qualifying claimant is someone who has lost their job through no fault of their own, who's actively looking for a new job and ready to take it when offered, and who meets the wage requirements based on their previous job. Florida's Reemployment Assistance Program will only look at your earnings in the base period. This is a year worth of time representing the first 4 quarters of the previous 5 completed quarters prior to when you file the claim. This base period changes every 3 months. Let's look at 2016. If you're filing in January, February, or March of 2016, Reemployment Assistance will only look at your Florida earnings from October 1st, 2014 to September 30th, 2015. If you file in April, May, or June of 16, they will look at earnings January 1st, 2015 to December 31st, 2015. If you file in July, August, or September, they will look at earnings from April 1, 2015 to March 31, 2016. And finally, if you file in October, November, or December of 16, they will look at earnings July 1, 2015 to June 30th, 2016. During this base period, you have to have made at least $3,400 and worked in at least 2 of the 4 quarters in your base period. Your total earnings in your base period must be more than 150% of however much you made in your highest earning quarter. The next series of slides pertains to if you received a severance package, worked in another state, served in the military, worked for the federal government, or are attending post-secondary school, anything past high school or GED. If none of these scenarios apply to you, you can move on to Part 2 by going back to the CareerSource Suncoast website. If one of these scenarios does apply to you, please keep watching. If you received a severance package, take the lump sum of your severance and divide it by your average weekly wage. This equals the amount of weeks you must wait before your benefit payments begin. You will still receive a total year's worth of benefit payments, but they do not begin until this amount of time has elapsed. If you worked in another state, you will file with Florida if you worked in Florida during your base period, or you need proof that you don't qualify. You will file with the other state if you worked in another state or states during your base period and you don't live in Florida. If you served in the military, thank you for your service. If this is your first civilian claim, you will file with the state where you're physically located. If it's not your first civilian claim, you will file with the state in which you are a resident. Federal government employees will file with the state in which you are currently living. If you're attending school, Reemployment Assistance looks at these scenarios on a case-by-case basis. Criteria they will consider include: is the training authorized by the Workforce Innovation and Opportunity Act, or WIOA? Is the training preparing you for gainful employment? And upon completion, do you have a reasonable chance of being employed? A full list of criteria is available at flrules.org. Search for Rule 73B-11.022. This concludes Part 1 of the tutorial. Please return to the CareerSource Suncoast website and begin Part 2, Info You Will Need and Your Responsibilities. Thank you.